y'all. It's Fix It with Fran, where I talk about all things faith, family, food, fun. I am tired this morning, so I didn't mention, I guess I need to check up vlog with y'all. I did not mention that after my vacation, I ended up with you can see that cotton in there, with a ruptured eardrum, because apparently I had an issue with my earplugs. That's another story for another day that may go untold. Don't worry about it right now. It is basically Christmas now. I just had to run out of the house because my child this morning has already touched me too much. If you're a parent or someone who deals with kids, because I think I had this feeling before when I worked with early learning programs. Sometimes children, especially children under the age of, let's say, 7, 8, maybe older, just generalizing here, do not respect the boundary of stop touching me. Part of that may have been because Monica has a very astute sense of when I am leaving the house. She does not like when we leave the house without her. Now, given her daddy is gone and he's out ripping and running and work and errands and whatever, she wakes up and he's gone, and I say, Dada's at work, Dada's gone, Dada'll be back, it's fine. But oh no, let me try to leave the house. It's in the world, as she knows it. So I literally, give you a little bit of mom life, real life, vlog life, had to run outside with my shoes in my hand because Monica has also developed the kind of hearing that I usually have, which is why I ended up needing earplugs on the cruise just to block out background noise. Where she will hear the sound of your footsteps and come running to the door. Before you ever get to the door to open it, she will hear, especially if you have on hard bottom shoes and there's clicking, because majority of the flooring on our first floor is tile. But in addition to that, if you go to the door, because we have a security system and the door makes an alarm when the doors are open, it doesn't even say that the door is ajar. Like, it's not one of those that's like front door. No, it's not saying that. It literally just goes bloop, bloop. And she looks up. Who's leaving? So, yes, I ran out to the car with some packages and things that I need to deliver, things I need to return, with no shoes on. And still, because the door chirped, she heard me. So by the time I got in the car, even with only one good ear, I heard her screaming bloody murder. So yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but that's how my day has started. I wanted to log earlier because I had my microdermabrasion done 2 days ago. Yeah. And it has been good. Hopefully I'll get to a stopping point where I am not in direct sun and I can do a little close-up action moment. But again, doing this, my hairdresser, Jesus, my esthetician let me know that it was very important for me to stay moisturized after having the microdermabrasion done. So, been doing that, feeling good. Skin feels really good. I do notice where it makes a difference to literally make sure that you are moisturized. I am going to sound congested in this video because Monica would not give me any breathing room this morning. I literally had to rush out before using my nasal spray or my neti pot or any of that stuff. So yeah, your girl is congested up in this zone, which is only going to get a little worse probably later on because I will have on a mask for an extended period of time. But yeah, this is the face. Again, no special light other than the light of the sun. No extra steps. Like, I literally just used my my regular face wash, the L'Oreal Age Perfect cream facial cleanser. But yeah, that's what I used. I am going to try to go run an errand, drop off some packages that need to be returned to Amazon, and I have an appointment, and then you'll see a very updated me. I'll explain more about that later. I don't know if it's going to be in this video or another one because it probably will be a longer process. But I am going for my appointment that I have for my hair every 3 weeks. Probably some guess up in there. But yeah, like, the moisturization of the situation is good. The pores are wide open. Is bussing a thing for pores? Like, this sounds inappropriate. Is that one of those things moms ain't supposed to say? I don't even know. Yeah, I'm rambling because I'm congested. I'm slightly off. My equilibrium is off with this ear situation thing. I'm just trying to make it. I'm out here like Trey Songz, just trying to make it. Just trying to make it. I am not on the highway yet, and per my usual, I am avoiding the highway, so I will be taking Payne Boulevard to get where I need to go. My car needs an oil change. Anywho, I'll check in later. There will be either a second part of this video or a separate, longer video with some updates. We're going to do, like I tell y'all, my good editing today. I am going to be doing some, what is it called? Like hyper speed, like some sped up stuff, some clips, some images, some drop-ins and pop-ins. We're gonna do something special for the Christmas holiday. Alright, y'all. I ain't got nothing else exciting to talk about. Your girl is also tired because for whatever reason, I don't know if it's some of the medicine I have to take right now. I couldn't go to sleep last night. Like, I even took some NyQuil at one point because it had gotten late and I was like, I really do want to go to sleep. Couldn't go to sleep, and then Monica woke up, which is always the fun part when Monica decides to wake up at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Of course, screaming for her mom. So when I say this mom is tired, I mean this mom is tired. But it's all good in the hood, I guess. We'll make it through. No complaints, just logging it for the captain's vlog. I'll holla. See you when I see you. Okay, so I kind of lied, but not really. So my plan was to be done when I recorded my last little segment, but then I was driving, and on the radio, a song came on, or YouTube music, let's be honest. Other than like AM radio, I don't listen to the radio because I'm an old lady now. But anyway, is it just me who is like totally invested in Queens on ABC? Like, I don't think I've been this invested in a show since, what was the show that came on? It wasn't on BET Plus. Was it Making the Band? The show with Bluprint. I can't remember the official name of the show now, but where it was like, was it 6 or 7 different female artists that they brought together to make a group? Like, I was so invested in that show. Like, I watched it hard. I had my mom watching it. I had my husband watching it. And then there was Nivea. Like, Nivea, Red Cup. I love Nivea from back in the day. Meet me in the McDonald's parking lot. Ride or die for Nivea. Like, she's Nivea. She's everything. And seeing her on the show as a real person, I just was like, can Nivea get her own show, please? I still feel that way. I love seeing Pam. Like, Pam's voice is just its own unique thing. Like, T-Boss's voice is its own unique thing. To the point where, yes, as soon as the album came out on Spotify, YouTube Music, whatever, I saved it. It was in my heavy rotation. It was very quickly among my favorited songs and songs that YouTube would give me, and Spotify even in those little custom playlists that they make. But I say that story, and I'm going to come full circle. You're going to wait for it if you're here for it. Whenever all that was going on, like still to this day, like I still listen to Bluprint songs. I may be one of their top players, but I like them. Like I have played, example for you, Skeleton so much that when we did our road trip to North Carolina, I heard my mom in the backseat singing it. Like it's just a catchy song. But on the point of Pam, I was sad whenever the album came out, and I understand, you know, people make different choices artistically. She kind of seemed like on the show she was going in a different direction. So I wasn't shocked whenever I saw the article about how she decided to go into a gospel career. But let me tell you again how committed I was to this show. Whenever it was playing, and I like got the album whenever everything came out officially, and I went to play, I don't know if it was Bird's Eye View or Talking, or no, because she was still on Only God Knows or Only Heaven Knows, like that song that was kind of like the faith song. But there were some songs that I was like, wait, this is not the same without Pam. And I played it, and that was how I found out what had gone on with Pam, because I was playing it and then I had like played it back. Okay, something better pop out, because I just passed like 3 police officers in one intersection. Like there was a police officer parked in the middle of the road, there's a police officer parked on the corner, and there was another police officer that just pulled over on the side of the road. Lord, please let this light turn green soon so I can get out of here, because something's popping on. I don't know if it's about to be a stop or a block or a bus or what. But back on what I was talking about. So this has turned into a car chronicle. Here we go. What was my song? I have to stitch this part back in. Like I'll do an edit and stitch it back in. But there was one song in particular that I was like, hold on. It was the one where at the end, Pam would be dancing. It was Skeletons, because the part where it was like, you keep telling me no, no, no. I loved Pam doing that, because again, her voice with that no, no, like that was everything. So the first time I played Skeletons, I was like, where Pam? Then I go and I'm looking at the credits, and I was like, what's it? First of all, if you really were checking and paying attention, when I opened it up, like I just played it because I was like, oh, it's on Spotify, let me play it. Then when I looked, I was like, wait a minute, Pam ain't in the picture no more. It's just 3 of them. Oh man. Like in the beginning when Aubrey left, I back in the day and still am a Danity Kane fan. Will be. I listened to Dirty Money because I still want to hear Dawn. I was also invested in like making the band back in the day, and like Day 26 I was also a fan. 112, all the Bad Boy Collaborative. I know 112 was not on Making the Band, so let's be clear. But I remembered Aubrey. When Aubrey left and all the craziness was going on, I was kind of like, oh, this isn't surprising. This makes sense to me in so many ways, in so many forms. There was a little bit too much drama. So fast forward to, who left after that? The sisters from 702. Again, I could see them being done with it. There was too much going on. It was too much wrong. The twins. Yeah. There was a lot of back and forth with them on that. Being a social worker, being a counselor, being that kind of person, I would often get frustrated with the communication of things at times. It just seemed like a lot of over talking. But you got to be fair and know too that a lot of this can come out looking that way because of editing of the show. And I am very much a person that watches reality shows, even this new show, Selling Tampa, where if you pay attention to the background, and my husband and I often joke that I could be a continuity director, when the women sit down, especially any of these reality shows, Housewives of any city, all these music reality shows, even the ones like 90 Day Fiance, any of those shows, when the people sit down and are having dinner in particular, there are telltale signs of when editing is being chopped up. And I'll give you one of my key takeaways. Sometimes you will see, this happens a lot on Housewives of Atlanta, where they'll be having a conversation and they just sat down at the restaurant and their glasses are empty. And then you'll see where they've been served and the glasses are full, and then you'll see another clip and the glass is empty again. And it's not empty like, oh, it's been used. It's back to a part where it's like, no, they ain't even been served food yet. Their placemats are still there. Their place settings are still in place. Then you'll see a clip where it's like they got a glass of tea and the glass of tea is almost gone. But then you see another part of the clip where the glass of tea is full, and I was like, they are chopping and screwing this up like they are T-Pain and making the conversation what they want it to be. So again, maybe I'm too observant, I don't know, but sometimes I don't even enjoy shows because of how stuff is being chopped up. This is turning into a long story. Again, I'd be in the car thinking about thoughts. What happened to me today is that, like I was saying in the beginning, music came on and it was a song with Eve, which is why I mentioned Queens on ABC in the beginning. I don't know why I became so invested in that show. I am invested to the point where the song came on the radio and I thought, oh my gosh, Eve just had the surgery. Is she going to be all right? Girl. And then I told myself, Fran, it's going to be okay, because they were smart. The directors and stuff realized that she's pregnant and she's going to need to take a break from the show, which I already know from having seen the article. So this is the thing, y'all. And then I was like, it's levels to this. These are some good people. I don't know who's in charge of this show. But shout out to you, because she is having the baby. At this point, I don't know if she's had it yet. Sorry, maybe I'm not that devoted of a watcher. But let's say, as a mom and someone who has not had a C-section but has had a baby, afterwards, she may be very well limping, like she had surgery and got shot and whatever. So for them to write in a scenario where you're going to expect to see her possibly bandaged, possibly whatever. How smart is that? It's like creative genius to me anyway. Because think about it too, like for people that have had a child, any childbearing persons, if you know, like I know, I asked at the hospital for the same little wrap-up bandage, like it's kind of like compression wear that they give to the moms that have C-sections. Somebody in one of my mommy groups put me on game and said at the hospital, I mean, they didn't tell me personally, they like shared tips in the group, and I was looking for all the tips before I went to the hospital for my first delivery. And they said, ask for the compression wear that they give to C-section moms, because it's in the hospital. Again, they're gonna be handing you stuff left and right anyway. If you know what to ask for, especially, they'll give it to you. Like when I was discharging, I asked for more of the ice packs, because yeah, you can go home and make your own ice packs and squeeze the gel and freeze the maxi pads and do all that. But if you can get the ones from the hospital that are already made to be worn for like 4 or 6 hours, why not ask for them? Because half the time the folks that work there are like, hey, mine, girl, you here, you paying for it, like, get your stuff. So yeah, when I thought about that just now, because all these things really just happened in my mind in like the last 5-10 minutes, I was like, this is somebody smart. May even be somebody that doesn't have their own baby, because it's like, not only is she going to need a break from the show, so it'll make sense. When she comes back, honey, it hurts to like walk. It hurts to like get up and move after you done had a baby. So for her to be in a scenario already on the show where you would expect some of that, like aches and pains and moving slow, like, that is a smart, what is that, the creative director, cast right, script right, whomever, the collective, whoever put the seed of thought out there, like, hey, let's write this in so it makes sense. They might not even have thought of it that deep, but I'm gonna give a shout out where a shout out is due, because when I processed that just now, I was like, oh, that's small. That's small. It's small. Yeah, think about it. Maybe you even got some other insights on that, yo. All love.